Well, what's going on, guys? Welcome in. Today is July 15th, 2025, back with another workshop this week. And today we're going to be talking about artists and producers over on YouTube, specifically, tips to kind of build your channel up, kind of build your following up. Myself, I have been on YouTube for a long time, way before I started making music. I think I've technically had a channel since like 2012 or 2013. Obviously, I never used that channel. All I did was subscribe to people and watch videos and the normal things that someone who was, 15 or 16 at the time was doing. So I didn't really utilize it until around 2019, 2020. And I ended up getting registered with YouTube Music and having my official artist page launched, I think in 2021, because I had started putting out solo releases around that time, and usually through your distributor, you can get it paired with your YouTube Music, so it registers you as an artist. So I have the little music icon thing that a lot of people have, and all of my releases now go through my YouTube channel. But really the last, I'd say, probably since 2023, I've been trying to build up my channel, build up the following, and just be more consistent, because in those first few years, I was not very consistent with uploading content over there. I was focused primarily on Instagram and building that up. But I started to kind of watch what other people were doing and take some advice from people that, had success building different platform and building different content for different platforms. So I started to kind of structure, specific content to put on YouTube, such as this video right here, these workshops I'm doing, which is one of the more recent ideas. But obviously I do type beats that I post every other day from BeatStars. I've done the Inspired Stories series. I've done, obviously, putting the podcast episodes up in different ways, showing some behind the scenes, doing shorts, doing behind the beat videos. I mean, the content possibilities are always endless. And so, yeah, I'd say since probably the top of 2023, so about 2.5 years now, I've slowly been building up my channel. And we are about to hit 500 followers, which is pretty cool. Now, 500 might not be a lot to you, or it might be a lot to you. A number is just a number at the end of the day. But to put it into perspective, I think around 2022, for a long time, I was hovering somewhere around 75 subscribers because I wasn't very active over on YouTube. I wasn't very active with uploading and doing that sort of thing. So my output in the last 2 years has almost tripled as far as the amount of followers. And I'm averaging about, according to the stats, I'm averaging about a follower every 5 days, which isn't incredible, like I said, but it is consistent growth. And I'm just hoping to continue that consistency. I have over 1,000 videos uploaded now on YouTube, which, I'm pretty proud of myself for being able to do that. So today, in a nutshell, I just wanted to kind of give you guys some different tools, different strategies that you can use to start building your YouTube channel, no matter if you're an artist or a producer. So I have 3 different articles. The one we're going to be covering is by Power Press Kit. And it's called The Top Strategies for Indie Artists to Promote Themselves on YouTube. There's a couple others I'll leave in the description, one by Groover and one by IndieFlow, which I'll probably cover those at the end, just to let you guys know about those. But this one is very to the point. It's going to be 11 different points that I feel are all very good ones and ways that you can think about, using YouTube to your advantage. And I just want to preface, again, I am not an expert on this stuff. I'm not some type of guru who's going to be like, here's how you get 1,000 followers in 10 days or whatever. I don't do any of that stuff. I'm just giving you my experience and some things that I think have helped me in the past, things that might help you. And some of these things I haven't even tried yet because my channel is not big enough to do like monetization and things of that nature. So when we talk about that, that's something that even I'm trying to get towards. So I think the point is kind of just, you're going to be always working toward the next step. Like even if you have 10 followers now, Once you get 100, now you're going to want 200. You have 200, now you're going to want 300. And it just keeps going forever. So you're never going to be like fully fleshed out where you're everything's done and everything feels complete. Like you're always going to be trying to scale and grow your channel just like any other platform you have. So I just want to let you guys know that before we get started. But this is just my honest take on building a channel and some tips that I think are pretty good. So it says not stop, it says top strategies for indie artists to promote themselves on YouTube. In today's digital age, YouTube is a powerful platform for independent artists to share their music, art, or creative projects and build a fan base. It allows indie artists to reach a global audience, often without the need for major label support or massive advertising budgets. However, knowing how to stand out in the crowded space is essential for maximizing the platform's potential. Here are the best ways indie artists can promote themselves using YouTube. Also want to say this article was published September 2nd, 2024, so it is pretty up to date. It's not like super outdated, so a lot of this stuff is still in effect. Number 1, create high quality content regularly. Consistency is key. Your audience will return if you regularly release content, whether it's new songs, behind the scenes footage, or personal vlogs. However, it's also important to ensure that the quality of your videos is high. Investing in a decent camera, good lighting, and clear audio can make your videos more engaging. So yeah, like I said, consistency is a huge thing. I agree with the second half, but I also don't. I think that I always go off the saying, you know, you work with what you have until you can afford to get what you want. So if all you have is an iPhone, then use it. Like, don't wait to have the gear to get started. Get started now, and then when you're scaling and growing your channel, then you'll be able to afford to get better gear to make higher quality videos. I think just saying you can't do it unless you have, they're not saying that, but I'm just saying in general, you know, people will say like, don't do this until you have the $1,000 camera. It's like, dude, the iPhone has a pretty high quality camera. It's good enough. Just go. Just start creating, just start posting, and you'll be good. Like, just keep your content genuine and keep it authentic, and that will attract the right people, like I always say about anything else. Number 2, optimize video titles, descriptions, and tags. YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world, so SEO is crucial, which is search engine optimization. Be sure to use relevant keywords in your videos, such as, it gives examples, indie acoustic guitar performance, new indie music 2024, 2025, whatever. Write engaging descriptions that include important keywords and provide context for your video. Add tags that reflect your content and genre to increase the chances of your video appearing in search results or recommendations. The tags thing is super vital because early on, especially for the type beats I've been uploading, like I said, every other day, I was just uploading the beats and kind of just relying on the description to get people to see it. But I didn't realize that the tags are really where a lot of people are seeing this stuff. So I've started to think more about the tags that I'm using on the videos, and you'll see it when you upload a video. There's the tag section. So always make sure to fill that out. Sometimes I forget about it and I have to go back and add tags in. Myself, I usually try to add anywhere from 20 to 30 tags in a video. I'm not sure what the exact limit is. I feel like there is a limit to tags you can add on YouTube videos, but it's a pretty high threshold compared to, let's say, Instagram. I think limits you to like 30 tags in a post. So definitely keep tags in mind because it helps your discoverability, both on platforms like Google, but within YouTube itself as well. Leverage YouTube Shorts, which obviously YouTube Shorts was created because of the popularity of TikTok, kind of how Instagram created Reels. This is YouTube's version of the TikTok format. And I've been actually getting a lot of views doing shorts recently. I'll upload some of the stuff I post to TikTok and Instagram. I'll upload that as a short, and it'll get a lot of views if I'm using the right tags. So I've actually had a decent amount of success, at least view-wise, on shorts. With the rise of short-form content, YouTube Shorts are an excellent way to capture new audiences quickly. These 60-second videos can be previews of your music, quick teasers, or even candid moments. They tend to have higher visibility, and YouTube is currently prioritizing the format in its algorithm. Use shorts to build curiosity around your main content. So like I said, that makes total sense. That's probably why I've been seeing an influx of views over there, is because they're pushing the viewers to that side of things, because that's just where we're at in this time. Short form content is the big thing. Do I like it? Not necessarily. I still think the longer stuff has value, but everything's changing. Social media in general is changing, and YouTube is no different. I think we're just used to YouTube being, longer videos, and I think they're always going to have that, but I think they're adapting their business model based on where the world is going and what people are doing. So it's something to just use, and like I said, you can probably just repurpose your content from TikTok over to shorts. And it's just another way that people can see that and get exposed to the content you're putting up. Collaborate with other YouTubers or indie artists. Collaborating with other artists on YouTube or YouTubers, especially within your genre, can expose your channel to their audience, whether it's a musical collaboration or just appearing in each other's videos. This can be a great way to cross-promote. Try featuring or doing interviews with fellow indie musicians or creators who complement your style. I have a playlist on my own channel that is all the podcasts that I've been featured on before, and that features a lot of different people's channels because I've been on different platforms. So that's an example of one I've done. I've also done one where, I probably brought this up before, I've done a behind the beat collaboration with my friend Jalen Williams, who lives in South Carolina. We did a project earlier this year, and we did one of the songs, like a track breakdown. So I showed my half of the song, what I did, and then we combined it with a video that he filmed talking about the side of the song that he produced, the side of the song that he did. So that's like a couple different ways that I've done it in the past, but there's plenty of ways to do that. Utilize playlists and series. Organizing your videos into playlists makes it easier for new viewers to binge watch your content. You should create playlists by themes, albums, or concepts. Series content like songwriting sessions, series, or behind the scenes of my album gives viewers a reason to subscribe and return for the next installment. I'm trying to think of all the playlists that I've created. I brought up some earlier. I have a produced by, which has all the songs I've produced on, which is like 200 some at this point. I have the Behind the Beat series, the Inspired Stories series. I have a podcast folder, like I mentioned, for ones that I've been featured on, but also the Proven Knowledge podcast has its own channel there, or a little sub channel. There's a few more. I think I have like 7 or 8 total. And then obviously these workshops have their own playlist as well. So it definitely helps to keep organized, and it helps you kind of keep track of your own content as well. Because I think that if you're putting up videos all the time, you kind of got to run inventory on your content to see like, what do you want to keep up? What do you want to take down? Look at stats, do that sort of thing. Having playlists can kind of help you find things a lot quicker than just going through your timeline of thousands of videos. So I definitely think it helps a lot. Engage with your audience. One of the benefits of being an independent artist is the ability to create a closer connection with your fans. Reply to comments, ask for their feedback, and even run live Q&A sessions. This will build loyalty and community, increasing engagement and helping your videos rank higher on YouTube's algorithm. If you can't do live streaming, which I still cannot do live streaming because I haven't I haven't reached the threshold of followers yet. I think it's around 1,000 is what you need to start being able to do YouTube Live. It might have changed. I don't really know. That's just my guess. So you'd have to kind of look into that. But if you can't do things like live, definitely just respond to comments. Like, engage with people that are leaving comments on your channel, especially people showing support. Like, really engage with those people. Thank them for listening. Thank them for watching. Let them know that you're there. It's just like on Instagram, how, it's preferred to engage with the people interacting with your content. So just do the same thing. Sometimes you're not on YouTube all the time and comments might slip through the cracks, but do your best to kind of keep up with it. Put alerts on so you'll get alerted if someone comments on your video. If it's spam, just delete that shit. Like, straight up, I just delete the spam comments, just like I do on any other platform. If it's just some dickhead who's trying to sell me something or say some bullshit, I'm just deleting your comment, just straight up. But if it's someone that's supporting and, genuinely is absorbing whatever you're putting out, like, let them know that you are there and that you see their support and you appreciate it. Just actually respond and engage with them. And then you never know where that can go from there. Number 7, promote your channel on other platforms. Don't rely solely on YouTube. Promote your channel and videos across your social media platforms such as Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok. Link your YouTube videos in your bios and use Instagram stories or TikTok to tease new content. Link your YouTube channel and post your YouTube videos on your electronic press kit or EPK. You can also embed your YouTube videos on your website or blog to attract more views. That's one of the good things about YouTube being one of the oldest social media platforms, is that they have optimized themselves to fit pretty much anywhere on the internet at this point. YouTube really got popular around like 2006, 2007 is kind of when it started launching in the bigger light. And that was well before, I think it was around the time when Twitter was starting up, but it was well before Instagram. And it was around the time when Facebook was also kind of launching. So it got in early and, it became like the main video watching place on the internet, period. And it has never been dethroned, even though there's been a lot of people do it. And you could technically say TikTok has done it pretty well, but TikTok is only for short form content. So it's a much different platform. Like, there's really never been any platform still like YouTube. So definitely take advantage of the fact that you can put those YouTube videos in different places and they're easy to share. And the cool thing is, because you can embed the link or just post the link, you don't have to worry about your whole video having to upload it to whatever platform it is, which obviously a lot of these platforms can't even support bigger videos. So if you just link your YouTube video, someone can just click it and go to it and anyone can watch it. So it's very convenient. Use YouTube ads. If you have a budget for promotion, YouTube ads are an effective way to reach new audiences. You can target specific demographics based on location, age, interests, and more. Running an ad for a new single or music video can help get your content in front of potential fans who haven't yet discovered you. I've never run a YouTube ad before. I'm not really sure how their ad system is set up. I assume it's probably similar to what Meta does, where you just put in a certain amount, you pick an amount of time, and then you run your ad and you see how that does, what kind of engagement you get, and then you make adjustments from there. I've never really had the need to do it. I feel like that's something you would do if your channel was monetized and you want to keep scaling up. It would be good to do because you'll kind of just take the money you're getting from monetization and put a portion of that back into the ad revenue portion of what you're doing. I feel like if your channel is not making money, then it's kind of like at your own discretion. Do you want to scale? Like, how quickly are you looking to scale? How quickly are you looking to get to the point of being able to monetize? Maybe ad revenue or just putting ad space in there is something that could help you scale. But it's just like anything else. As entrepreneur, you got to kind of take risks here and there. I've just never found the need to do it yet, because I'm more about the slow and steady and just the natural progression of things. And I'm not really super, it's not like a huge goal of mine to be like, I have to monetize my YouTube channel by next year. Like, I don't care that much. I'm just utilizing YouTube as another platform to share my message and what I do. But to each their own, so you got to kind of make that decision for yourself. Create engaging thumbnails. The thumbnail is often the first thing people see when they come across your video. Create visually appealing and relevant thumbnails to encourage viewers to click. Thumbnails with clear text overlays, vibrant colors, and compelling images are known to perform well. And obviously you can make thumbnails in Photoshop. Canva is a big one. We've talked about Canva before. That's what I use. Very easy. You can make a thumbnail in like 2 minutes, especially with the templates. But definitely, try to customize it, kind of make it your own, give it your own flavor and your own unique style. Make it stand out as much as you can, but I wouldn't overthink thumbnails. It's not something that you need to do a bunch of, hard science or hard math on. Just be creative and keep it simple, keep it unique, do your thing. Not that hard, I don't think. Number 10, engage with your analytics. YouTube offers robust analytics that allow you to track which videos are performing well, what keywords are driving traffic, and which demographics are watching your content. By analyzing this data, you can adjust your strategy, focusing more on what works and improving in the areas where you see opportunities. YouTube has an app called YouTube Studio that allows you to keep track of all these analytics. Now, I've heard weird mixed reactions about YouTube Studio. I have it. I don't really check it that often because it kind of just slips my mind. Sometimes I'll just be scrolling and be like, oh, I forgot I have this app. Let me check this real quick. And sometimes I'll get alerts through YouTube Studio before I get them through the actual YouTube app. I think it's a good app. I think it allows you to see the basics. And it's just a more in-depth breakdown of your views, your watch time, things of that nature. So again, I think that can also pair hand in hand with the ad revenue, where if you study these analytics, you'll be able to see like, okay, where should I focus at? And if I'm running ads, should I focus my money on this video specifically? Because that's already driving traffic. I could double or triple the eyes on this video by doing that. So that's all up to you, like whatever you feel is best. But definitely check out the YouTube Studio app. It's not the greatest app in the world, but it allows you to see a more in-depth breakdown of those analytics that they're talking about. Monetize your channel. Once you hit YouTube's eligibility threshold, 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours in the past 12 months, you can monetize your channel. So I guess it's within a 1-year period. I didn't know that part. Although this may not be a huge revenue stream initially, it provides additional income to support your independent career. Beyond ads, you can also promote your merch and link to Patreon for fan support. And obviously, like I said, I believe that is where you're also able to do YouTube Live, is when you hit that point. They don't have that listed in this article, but feel free to research that. I feel like that is definitely a thing. But yeah, 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours in a year essentially is what you need to monetize your channel. In conclusion, YouTube can be an incredible platform for indie artists to gain exposure, connect with fans, and build their careers by creating quality content, engaging with viewers, optimizing videos for search, and leveraging YouTube's tools. Indie artists can reach new heights in their careers without the need for mainstream industry backing. So that is that article. Like I said, it gives a clear snapshot of what I feel are the main important ingredients for building a channel. And like I said, I'm not an expert. I don't have the biggest channel in the world by any means. And I'm not even the best at creating content for YouTube, but I just kind of go in and do my own thing and let it play out how it's going to play out. But I think it's something that, has definitely helped me out a lot. A lot of people have discovered me through YouTube and therefore have gotten connected with me on other platforms. And it's still such an important place to be. So don't overlook it. And if you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel, definitely do it. Start small and just see where it goes. Like I said, that's one of 3 articles that will be in the description of this video. The other by Groover is called How to Create a YouTube Channel for Musicians. And then the Indie Flow article is called How to Promote Your Music with YouTube for Artists, which is specifically talking about YouTube for Artists, which is the music side of YouTube, how you can get your channel created through there. And like I said at the beginning, get it merged with your other already existing YouTube channel. It's a super important thing, something you want to look into as an artist. So definitely read into all these, and they all have different points, but I'm sure you guys can find a lot on your own as well, just by researching and watching other people's videos and doing that sort of thing. But that's all I have for you guys today. We're gonna be back in a couple weeks. Next week I'll be away for a little bit, but July 29th, we're gonna be talking about creating short visuals for your music, for your songs. I might be covering a little bit of, Spotify Canvas, which is their little like thumbnails they do with songs that run for like 8 to 10 seconds. So I'll be talking a little bit about that, but also ones that I've created for TikTok, for Instagram, for shorts on YouTube. Just little visuals to kind of pair with your music, and doing visualizers for the full song on YouTube, because those are all things I've been doing the last 1.5 years for a lot of my projects I've been putting out. So I'll kind of give you guys that, rundown and find some articles that'll help you to figure out how to do that on your own. But as always, thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you have a great rest of your Tuesday. And I hope you have a great week ahead as well. So we'll see you on the 29th. And until then, stay safe, stay positive. Peace out, guys. Have a good one.